The child called 911. When the officers arrived, they couldn't believe their eyes. The officer heard barking and screaming coming from the trailer. The trailer was in terrible condition. The windows were dirty, the curtains were turning yellow, and the paint was peeling off. The police knocked on the door and asked if anyone was there. It was difficult to hear the cries over the barking of a dog, so the officers decided to take action and kicked down the door. They were greeted inside by a horrible, disgusting smell, and then they found the source of the stench. 911 operators in Florida take all kinds of calls, mostly from people complaining about public order violations. But the emergency operators are well-trained professionals and know what questions to ask if the call is genuine. Where are you? Are you in danger? Are you injured? But what if the person calling can't speak? Mary was energized as she started her shift on Tuesday morning because she had 2 cups of coffee before sitting at her desk. She switched on her computer, put on her headset, and began to drink her 3rd cup of coffee. The office was quiet, and the employees had left the office. Mary had no idea what to expect today. She had been saying the phrase many times a day for the past 3 years. 911, what's your emergency? It was 8 in the morning. She wasn't in the mood to talk to pranksters, who usually call during the night shift. Good afternoon, 911, hello? She pressed the headphones to her ears and turned the volume to maximum. Next, she heard a voice that made her blood run cold. A child spokesperson said, "Mom!" Mary wondered why the baby was calling 911, but all she heard was baby talk, which she couldn't understand. "Is mommy or daddy near you? Hello? Is mommy or daddy near you?" Mary heard a dog howling and barking on the other end of the wire. She was shocked when the child whispered, "No." Mary didn't understand the child, and it made her worry more. She heard rustling sounds through her headset and tried to determine if the child's mother was hurt. "Get mommy or daddy on the phone, okay?" The baby said, "I know, she's gone." Mary asked, "Can you stay on the line? Talk to me." She was trying to trace where the baby was. "I hear a dog in there. Is it your doggo?" The barking was very loud. "What is your name? How old are you? Are you still there?" Then, the call disconnected. Luckily, Mary managed to trace the child's location. The call came from Oak Hill, Florida. Mary forwarded the information to the local police, and a couple of officers went to the address to check it out. When the officers arrived at the trailer park, they didn't expect to see this. The accommodation was filthy. 2 dogs were locked in their cages, but a 3rd dog was walking around and behaving very aggressively. The police called an animal trapping service before entering the property. But where was the child? The 3-year-old girl who called was in the corner and was not alone. She was with her little brother, and both had overflowing nappies. They looked hungry. When the officers opened the fridge, they saw slime and mold. How long had these children been here alone? Where is their mother? What parent would leave a child in such horrible conditions? Then they saw something terrible. There was a shotgun lying on the coffee table. They realized that it was loaded. Who would leave children alone at home with such a dangerous object? The police immediately called the Family and Children's Department to have the children picked up and taken as far away as possible from their conditions. Now it was time to find their mother. It took 2 hours and 6 officers to see the 26-year-old named Yahira Tirana. The mother said she left for literally 5 minutes. She claimed the children were asleep and decided to have coffee with a friend. But a neighbor said she drove away from the house in a golf cart at 7:30 a.m., so everything was clear. The police knew she wasn't even going to check on the kids, as she had been away for hours. Officers arrested her and charged her with 2 episodes of child abuse without serious injury. She was horrified to find herself in jail. Her bail was valued at $5,000, and thanks to a bail bondsman who paid that bail, Tirana was released. But no one who knew her will ever forgive her for leaving her children with a loaded gun. Her 3-year-old daughter and infant son were in the care of the authorities until they found out how she was coping with her role as a mother. According to the officers, the conditions where the children were staying were terrifying. But now, all that was over. The children were safe. But one person deserves respect even more than the police officers who arrived there: Mary, The 911 operator kept the baby on the line for 8 minutes, allowing her to trace the call. She was focused and could keep the child's attention throughout the call. The mother abandoned her children, but Mary didn't. She didn't let the barking dogs and howling stop her from doing her job. She ended up saving those children. What happened to those children happens more often than it seems. Luckily, there are people like Mary who will help in a difficult situation. Thank you for watching. All the best to you.